G'day guys, welcome to the penultimate episode of my FIFA 22 Chelsea Career Mode series. That's right, we are almost at the end of this season. It has been a season full of success so far. As we get into the last two games of this season, let's have a quick look at the English Premier League table. As you can see here, we've already secured the Premier League title. We had those celebrations at Stamford Bridge 2 episodes ago. If you missed it, go check it out. But as you can also see here, we have Manchester City, Manchester United and Arsenal currently locking up those top 4 spaces. So congrats to them. Liverpool outside the top 4, genuinely surprised there, only getting the 65 points. And as you can see here, this is the rest of the table here. West Ham in 10th, that is a surprise. Spurs 12th, that's even more of a surprise to be honest. And then we've obviously got Newcastle, Leeds and Southampton currently in that relegation position at the moment. But we still have some games to be played. Most of the teams are on the 37 games played, so we will have another reflection on this table come the end of this episode before in next episode we get into the big game, the Uefa Champions League final. And this is something I'm going to be revealing to you guys for the first time. I'll be honest, I did genuinely forget to show you guys in that episode where we did beat RB Leipzig who we would be versing in the Champions League final. It was decided between Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund in the semi-final, and the team that we will be versing in the final is Borussia Dortmund from Germany. So that will be an interesting game. I am excited to be versing them in the final. I love watching the team in yellow versus the team in blue. We'll talk more about this game in the finale. But for this episode, we're going to focus on the Manchester United and the Watford game because that will be the conclusion of this Premier League season. So this is going to be the team that runs out against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Now, it is a strong lineup, but what I'm going to be doing in these 2 games for this episode is I'm going to be changing the tactics up. Normally we play a possession style of football, but in this game I want to be getting goals. I want to be trying to score as many as possible against both United and Watford. Watford, that might be easier, especially because Manchester United at Old Trafford in game are a difficult team to beat. But we will of course still have press after possession loss, because if we go to constant pressure, we will be having players that get really fatigued a lot quicker, and we don't want to be having to rely on players coming off the bench to kind of save us. So we will start by having press after possession loss, but we will remain with 40 as our width, but we will be pushing our depth up to 80. So our players will be further up the field, trying to put these players under pressure. We'll see how we go with these tactics at the moment. And then we will of course be having fast build-up play, direct passing, and we'll be pushing lots of players forward for corners, free kicks, and those counter-attacking opportunities. So that is how we're going to line up for this game. And hopefully we can get another 3 points and finish this season off on a high. Now, in other big news with regards to the Chelsea Football Club, the sale of the club has been completed. Roman Abramovich and his 19-year reign has come to an end, and Todd Boehly is going to be spearheading the club forward with the sort of people that are involved around him. I'm going to be linking a video in the description below from Sky Sports News. They do quite a good breakdown of kind of all the information that is relevant to the sale. I'm not going to bore you guys with the details on it. I'm sure most of you guys are already aware of those specific details anyway. But my opinion on it all is, quite simply, I think it's unfortunate that Abramovich's era is ending in this fashion, because he has done so much good stuff for this West London side, and to see it end in a way where he's kind of forced out of the club and isn't able to kind of leave being celebrated for the accomplishments that he has brought to the club, it is unfortunate. It really is. And to see how the UK government has sort of treated him with all the sanctions and stuff, but even though the UK government has treated him unfairly, arguably it's also unfair his relationship and his connections that he's had with Vladimir Putin and Russia and all the oligarchs and all that sort of stuff that he's been involved with throughout his lifetime. So there are two sides to the coin. I think the bottom line is that Abramovich has been treated unfairly, and also the club itself and all the staff, players, coaching, everyone involved has also suffered as well, because there's been so much uncertainty in the club as we get kicked off here at Old Trafford. You know, because you got to think, like, when the club's assets were kind of frozen and you don't have the ability to spend money and have fans in the stadium and all that kind of stuff. I know they had like season ticket members and stuff still allowed in, but it's one of those situations where, because there was so much uncertainty, it really creates a lot of anxiety for people, because this football club that we all support is still a job for a lot of people. You know, the people that work in the club shop, you know, that had to shut down because they couldn't sell stuff to make revenue for the club. So those people were out of work, you know, the cooks, you know, the cleaners, everyone who's involved from the bottom level all the way to the top level. Everyone has a role to play in this club being successful, and to see them kind of get the short end of the stick sort of thing was really unfortunate to see. But now that the deal has been completed, Abramovich has found someone that he believes to be the best person to carry the club forward, and that person in the limelight will be Todd Boehly. And I've done a little bit of research on him. He's obviously involved. He's an American who's involved with the LA Dodgers baseball team. So he has some involvement in sport. And he has been a big fan of the English Premier League and the football clubs over here. And now to see him get involved with Chelsea, I hope that he can continue to, you know, forward the legacy that was Roman Abramovich and all that. As we get into trouble here, Kovacic just gets it out. But there were a lot of people interested in buying Chelsea Football Club. £2.5 billion to buy Chelsea is a lot of money. And there's going to be further investments on top of that as well in the redevelopment of the stadium, investing in the youth academy, which is one of the best in the world. And then, of course, helping our women's team also continue to be one of the best teams in the world as well. Our men's team, obviously, are going through a rebuild phase at the moment. Thomas Tuchel needs to get his transfer window spot on, because if he does, we will have another successful season next year. I'm sure of it. But it is definitely one of those situations where the future is bright. There is, you know, hope on the horizon. It is just one of those situations where we just have to hope for the best, that everyone pulls their weight and it doesn't become like a situation where at the Glazers family at Manchester United and, you know, how they're kind of running their club so poorly. I doubt it'll be a situation like that. I trust Abramovich's judgment and that he'll have picked someone that will be right for the club, not only for the culture, but also for driving this team to be successful at every turn possible. But only time will tell. I'm glad that the deal has been sorted out and completed by this time of the year. Oh, Lukaku surely gets the first goal of the game. Well done to Romelu Lukaku, scoring against his old club here in the Premier League, getting us the goal-to-nil advantage that we needed, because I'm not going to lie, Manchester United have had some control over this game, but our first chance on goal from the corner kick lands on the head of Lukaku. Terrible defending, and he makes it look easy. Dean Henderson had no chance at stopping that, and we go up to a goal by a goal-to-nil. So happy about that, but only time will tell whether Chelsea can continue their dominance in the English Premier League and in Europe under the leadership of Todd Boehly. And of course, I just want to say once again, thanks to Roman Abramovich for everything that you've done over the last 19 years for this club. I only started supporting them in 2012, kind of when we had that first rise to power in the Champions League final against Bayern Munich. That's kind of when I started following football and when I kind of was like, Chelsea's my team that I want to support. And I am very proud of what this team has accomplished this year. Even though we did lose in the Carabao Cup final and we did also lose in the FA Cup final, We also have, a Champions League under our belt thanks to Thomas Tuchel. We also have a Super Cup that we have in our trophy cabinet. And then we also won the Club World Cup as well. So we have had some trophies to celebrate this season, but definitely want to be winning more. We definitely want to be getting our hands back on the English Premier League because it has been a while since we have had that in our grasp. And that is definitely what I have my eyes set on for next season. Good interception there, Kante. Kovacic get that wide to Chilwell. Get it out to Werner, who gets it into Lukaku, who gets another goal. And Romelu Lukaku does the double flip in the air because that was a definitely amazing goal. We have created something very special there. Beautiful build-up play. Kante winning the interception in midfield. Getting out to Kovacic, who brought it wide out to the left back. And Werner passes it in to Lukaku, who absolutely rockets it in off his right foot, making it 2 goals to the good at Old Trafford. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the man that started the season with Manchester United. Wow. It's one of those situations. Manchester United have had an absolute god-awful season. I honestly don't understand how it went so wrong for them. I think it's a reflection of just all the behind-the-scenes shenanigans that have been happening over the last couple of years. I think it all kind of crescendoed and they really got found out because when you brought in Rafael Varane, when you brought in Sancho, when you brought in Cristiano Ronaldo, the GOAT of football, you really did think, Manchester United are going to be pushing for the title this year. And it couldn't be further from the truth. They absolutely struggled at every turn. It's one of those things, I feel like Ronaldo, as soon as he came into the dressing room, he completely shook up the whole dynamic of that team because he has such high standards. He expects exceptionalism, and because he has been such a great player who's performed in so many great teams, when you come into this Manchester United team who do have a lot of frauds, let's be real. They've already had players, hit the exit doors like Paul Pogba, Juan Mata, former Chelsea player. They have players that don't deserve to be wearing the Red Devils shirt. Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo. Speak of the devil, here he is. Bringing them back up by 2 goals to 1. But it's just one of those situations where there are players in the Manchester United team that need to be performing so much better than what is expected from them. And yet, I don't think the standard is that high at Manchester United. I think, just coasting by over the last couple of years has been acceptable for them. And, them making money from a financial perspective has been one of their driving forces. So it's one of those things. I think that club from bottom to top is rotten to the core. And they have some serious issues that they need to fix. And we will see under Erik ten Hag, the new manager, whether he is able to have that sort of control and, redevelop the squad. Hopefully get some behind-the-scenes dealings fixed up as well with their youth squad and their, coaching staff and all that sort of stuff. It will be interesting to see how it all unfolds next season. Obviously, it is a time of optimism for Manchester United fans, but at the end of the day, the leadership comes from the top. And when you have owners that don't know what they're doing and are doing a poor job, it's going to reflect from the top down. So, honestly, it really is tragic to see how far they have fallen. But they did somehow get over the line on the final day and get Europa League football despite losing to Crystal Palace. So, it's one of those situations. But it is what it is. And Manchester United fans will be hoping to get something out of next season. I wonder if Reece James can maybe... Oh, that's not exactly what I wanted it to do. Oh, geez, Henderson did still make the save. I was trying to dip it up and over, but almost did. Not quite getting the angles right. Henderson getting the touch to it there. I wonder if we can get Lukaku back on the head for this. Oh my goodness gracious me. Romelu Lukaku has got a first half hat-trick against his former club. silencing the Old Trafford crowd. And in that right-hand corner, the Chelsea fans go ballistic because this man in my career mode has been 10 out of 10. Oh, it's so impressive what he has done for this season. James Maddison not doing your job at all. That's appalling defending right there. Should have, cleared that away. But honestly, Lukaku in game has just been one of those players that's just performed every step of the way. He's made a few mistakes. Obviously, in the last episode, the FA Cup final game, he had that shot that went way over the crossbar. But as you can see here, he is a handful for defenders in this game, and he has been exceptional. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Do you think we should be keeping Romelu Lukaku in the Chelsea team? I know there's lots of rumours going around where his lawyer or his agent is somehow trying to get a move back to Inter Milan. Lukaku has said that no one speaks on his behalf and that he is dedicated to this team and to getting the job done. But it is one of those things. I'm not sure if he's just saying that to keep fans and the public happy, or whether he is actually truthfully unsettled, and that pass did not go anywhere near where I want it to do. I personally think we have to keep him, just because if we were to sell him, we don't have an alternative, really. We could rely on Kai Havertz in that centre forward position, and truthfully, I do think Kai Havertz is a better option in that position than Lukaku, but if Havertz is to get injured, who do we play there? We've got Werner, but he's more of a left-sided player in my opinion. We've got Batshuayi, who we maybe could recall from loan, but even still, I wouldn't rely on him as a backup striker. He's not quite good enough for Tuchel's regime, in my opinion. And Thiago Silva doing expert defending there. Lukaku, let's make a run. Kovacic, beautiful ball in. Get a header onto the ball. Fake shot maybe. Oh, no way! Win the header. Oh, Lukaku still got it somehow. Get it out wide. Oh, this is going to go to Werner, surely. Oh, somehow he wins the header. All right, let's build up again. Oh, my, that was a terrible pass. I wanted that to go to Mason Mount. Oh, Kovacic letting the team down. Anyway, I think we have to keep him. And I just hope that he somehow turns it around next season. After that Sky Sports Italia interview where he basically said, oh, sorry to the Inter fans, and basically bagged out Chelsea, it was one of those things. He really rubbed a lot of Chelsea fans the wrong way. And now I feel like he's in a situation where he had to prove himself by having good on-field performances, and he didn't do that for the remainder of the season. And now he has come to the end of the season having underperformed. Ronaldo getting a good shot away there. And he's kind of in this situation where we don't really know what to expect from him. Is he going to be a striker that is worthy of being in this team? I really don't know. Good skill moves there. Not able to beat Henderson for the fourth occasion there. I think we have to keep him, and I really do think he has to have an excellent pre-season, and Tuchel has to get the best out of him somehow. He failed to get the best out of him for his first season back at the club. But, maybe it's just an adjustment period. I really don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below, so please let me know.
And over it comes. Terrific defending to stop them progressing. Teammate and support. Jesse Lingard!
Get out of town. Yet another Manchester United player on the exit. And look at him celebrating like an absolute twat. You're down by a goal still. Jeez. Absolute mockery that is. 3-2 is the scoreline now. I told you, Manchester United in game are not an easy team to beat.
James Maddison.
Rudiger almost committing a foul. Come on, get there. Oh, Mason Mount making a good interception. Now we got Werner. Get it out to Kovacic, who's maybe able to get Chilwell in, who is not able to beat Varane, and he wins that duel, getting the pass back into midfield very swiftly. Alright, I don't want to be butchering this here. Another defensive mistake by Rudiger. Ronaldo. Oh, and a shot just wide. Alrighty, we're close to the 90th minute now. I'm honestly at that stage where I think we should just keep possession of the ball. Not allow Manchester United to get any sort of opportunity to maybe get a draw. Or there's some space out wide for James here. Get a cross in. Not a great cross, to be honest. Can Kante win the header? He does, somehow. And that brings it to the final whistle. 3-2 is the final score. Lukaku making the difference. That first half hat-trick was absolutely phenomenal. He was on form constantly throughout this game, getting plenty of opportunities and really punishing Manchester United when they made the mistakes. Now we come to the final game of the English Premier League season up against Watford at Stamford Bridge. We have rotated the squad slightly to rest up some of our key players for that Champions League fixture. We will of course keep Werner and Lukaku up top because they are in such great form. But it will also be the last time we get to play with Antonio Rudiger, and will also most likely be the last time we get to play with Andreas Christensen, because both of those players are most certainly out the door. And Alonso and Azpilicueta, they may also be out the door. I would personally like to see Azpilicueta stay. Alonso, I couldn't really care less. I think he's defensively unreliable and lethal in the attacking box. But he's one of those players, if he leaves, I won't be disappointed. But if he stays, I won't be too upset either. So this is the team we're going to go out against Watford. So hopefully we can get another really strong performance under our belt and end this season with another 3 points. We will have the same tactics as last game. You know what else is weird? I saw this in the news recently. EA Sports have terminated their licensing agreement with FIFA to call their football games FIFA. Isn't that so strange? So what that means is that FIFA 23 will be the last game that is called that. Afterwards, it's going to be called like EA Sports FC or something weird like that. But that is so weird that we will no longer have a FIFA game made by EA Sports. So let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. I'd love to hear that because when I read that, I was like, that is so weird. Alonso now, can he get a cross in? Lukaku at the back stick. Oh, gets a nice powerful header, rising above his defender. Oh, another opportunity. Mate, out. Oh, geez, had a first effort, had a second effort, and neither was able to find the back of the net there. Very unlucky. Now, this being the final day of the Premier League season, we have to talk about what happened in real life. It, of course, went down to the final day, the title race. Liverpool were on the heels of Manchester City, and Manchester City, yet again, just showed how good of a team they are, coming back from 2 goals down to win 3-2 in front of the Etihad. Man, honestly, those are the days in football where you just think, wow, this is not just a game, this is pure entertainment at its finest. And when you have to think about all the sort of surrounding elements, like the fact that Steven Gerrard, the coach of Aston Villa, Liverpool legend, could inadvertently help his former side win the Premier League. How awesome would that be? Of course, Philippe Coutinho, former Liverpool player, scoring that second goal for Aston Villa. Honestly, there were just so many things that just made it look like a fairy tale. And for a long time, people did think, oh, maybe this might be Liverpool's opportunity to win the title, come back from behind. But nah, Pep Guardiola got his super subs right, bringing on Gundogan, Zinchenko, all of them, and they just made the difference. And it was something special. Not quite as impressive as the Aguero moment in 2012, in my opinion, but certainly up there as one of the best moments to be on a final day of the Premier League season. Just the stakes that, were on display and the sort of tension and anxiety and the sort of comeback nature of it. It was just absolutely phenomenal. And I have to pull my hat off to, Manchester City and Pep Guardiola. They really are one of the best teams in Europe. And even though they didn't make it to the Champions League final, you have to, praise them for what they have accomplished in the Premier League this season, because to have a competition that runs for 38 games and to show that consistency all the way through, it is really, truthfully something special. And we might have an opportunity to get Lukaku in. Oh, what a great save. Fair play to the goalkeeper there. Still 0-0, coming close to half-time here. Let's see if we can get ahead onto this. No, the defender gets it away. Oh, well done. Geez, I was concentrating really hard for a moment there. Or maybe an opportunity for a counter-attack with Werner. Cut inside. Oh, yes, here we go. One-on-one with the keeper. Surely. Oh, come on! No, I tried to be too tricky. Not quite able to get past the defenders there. Probably should have shot way sooner. My overconfidence bred complacency there, that is for sure. And I think we're going to go into half-time 0-0 against Watford, which is not ideal. I want to be getting lots and lots of goals. Finishing off this season with a bang. Oh, Azpilicueta, get back now. Chalobah. Rudiger, defend that, surely. Oh, Christensen, relying on him to make the defensive block. And now we have a corner to defend. Oh, it's a terrible corner. And Mendy comes out to get it and makes a very, very important save. Half-time, 0-0. Beautiful ball out to Alonso, who finds Werner, but the cross was not that good. Chalobah in central defensive midfield. Gets the ball back, and Romelu Lukaku gets a shot from outside the box, and he runs over to the Watford fans and says, "What was that? That's how good I am." What a great goal from Lukaku. 4 goals in this episode from the main man. Beautiful pass, beautiful shot, and the keeper should have done better. It wasn't quite tucked into the corner. This will be a great, better angle for it here. Nice power, nice curve. Oh, the keeper did get fingertips to it. Wow. 1-0 in favour of Chelsea. Beautiful, beautiful strike from the number 9. Oh, he's done him. Azpilicueta doesn't quite have the acceleration to get away from him, but does so well. And Lukaku gets another shot on goal. Oh, the clearance is terrible. Chalobah. Jorginho from deep. Oh, the man who very rarely shoots got a shot away there. And it was quite close. I want to see this on replay. How? Yeah, thanks, game. Oh, no. Mendy, get there. Good goalkeeping. Came out at just the right time. Can we get a counter-attack, maybe? Keep going, Mount. Cut inside, maybe. Get Alonso in. Oh, no. Werner will do. Lukaku! What happened there? Was that a deflection or a... Oh, it was a deflection. I was going to say there's no way a shot would go that far wide. That would be so unrealistic. All right, let's whip this in towards the back stick. And Alonso gets his head to it, but he doesn't get it on target. Alrighty, with the Champions League final coming up next week, I want to make sure that our 2 main men up top are fully fit. So let's give them some breathing time on the bench now. I'm going to bring on Pulisic for Werner, and then I'm actually going to bring on Hudson-Odoi for Romelu Lukaku. And I'm going to change the instruction for Hudson-Odoi to get in behind as well, so that we have 2 fast, agile players getting into those spaces behind the Watford defence.
10 minutes left for play.
Oh, get in Hudson-Odoi. Surely. Oh, he gets a head onto it. No way. Oh, it does trickle over the line. That was terrible defending by Watford there. You could see Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi both making advancing runs. Neither of them were being marked properly. Look at this. You can see it. Both making runs. Only one defender back there. And somehow the defender does not do his job. And that ball just trickles past the goalkeeper. Absolutely pitiful. Pitiful goalkeeping. Honestly, that is moving so slow, and yet it manages to cross the line. Hudson-Odoi comes off the bench and gets on the score sheet almost immediately. How bloody good.
How about the cross?
No opportunities to cross. Come on.
Cross could
Let's
be
keep a clean sheet on the final day.
still on.
Or 4 minutes added on. Can we maybe get
Advantage.
a counter-attack going here? Nah, not able to break the midfield and get in behind.
Looking confident with the ball at his feet.
Oh, geez, brick wall there, conceding a foul.
Challenge and blows for a free
And there goes the 94th minute. And they are going to get an opportunity to take a shot from well deep. 29 yards, as you can see. Leaves it, shoots it, misses it. And there we go. The final whistle blows on the end of another season. And as you can see, we are not only winners on the day, but champions of England still. And I am very, very proud of what I've been able to accomplish in this realistic career mode. Winning the league for the first time. Very, very happy about that. Alrighty, so now that all 38 games have been played for every single team in the Premier League, we're going to start from looking at the bottom first. Leeds, Southampton and Newcastle wave goodbye to all that great prestige and money that comes with playing in the Premier League. Spurs as well, finishing 12th, quite underwhelming for them, I'm sure. And then Leicester getting that 6th spot yet again. And then Liverpool in Europa League football. And Arsenal, United and City make out the other positions in the top 4. And we, the Chelsea Blues, sit at the summit with 84 points, a goal difference of 35, with only the 6 losses, 6 draws and 26 wins. Very, very impressive considering the competition that has been around us, that being City and Liverpool, and of course United in game, which are always difficult to beat. Now we look at individual acclaim, and as you can see here, Mohamed Salah from Liverpool got the golden boot with 24 goals. Lukaku was not too far behind with only 20 goals. Aubameyang at Arsenal had 19. Timo Werner also matched that with 19 goals. Playing 34 games, and Lukaku only had 33 games, so slightly less than both what Salah and Aubameyang had. But to be up there competing with Salah, who is obviously world class as well, is quite impressive. And Havertz was obviously got a couple goals this season as well. Harry Kane only got the 11 from the 38 games. That's a surprise, considering he is also an elite striker. In terms of assists, Lukaku gets the Playmaker Award with 12 assists. Very impressive from him. Not only a goal scorer, but a playmaker and creative individual as well, which is good to see. Obviously, Werner and Mount are involved in there as well. And Reece James also getting 6 assists from that right wing back position. In terms of goalkeeping, Edouard Mendy gets the Golden Glove. Clean sheets, 15 from 38 matches, played every game of the Premier League season. And to win the Golden Glove with 15 clean sheets, I would have preferred it to have been more, obviously, but 15, you can't complain. Leno and Alisson were just behind, and the rest of them all not very impressive, to be honest. But that brings out the rest of the individual stats. No, we don't really care about yellow and red cards, but yes, Salah was top scorer with Lukaku just behind. That's the end of the Premier League season, but it is not the end of this series. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, this is the penultimate episode. Next episode will be the finale, and in the finale, we have the biggest competition of them all, the Champions League final up against Borussia Dortmund. I cannot wait to get started with that game. Hopefully you guys check it out. And again, thanks so much for watching this video, any video throughout the series, and of course, supporting the channel all the way through. I really do appreciate it. Until the next episode, stay safe, and I can't wait to get straight into yet another Champions League final. See you later.